In 1950, Alan Turing asked if machines could think, not calculate. We'd already built glorified abacuses. Think, reason, understand. 75 years later, the machine writes your emails, paints your art, codes your software, scores your job application, and is currently narrating the sentence to you. They didn't just think, they moved in. The real chaos started in 1956. John McCarthy, brilliant guy, terrible prophet, gathered researchers in a summer cabin and announced they'd build a human-level intelligent machine in a generation. 25 years. It's been nearly 70. John, buddy, what were you thinking? He stared at a room-sized calculator with 4 kilobytes of memory and thought, yeah, this will write Shakespeare by 1985. The audacity, the hubris. I respect it, but you were catastrophically wrong, and you launched a field that would spend 7 decades swinging between "we've solved intelligence forever" and "please don't cut our funding. We'll call it something else." This is the evolution of AI. Genius, delusion, AI winters so cold, researchers pretended they were statisticians, and one transformer paper that changed everything. Buckle up, or don't. The AI will summarize this video for you anyway. The first approach was Symbolic AI, GOFAI, good old-fashioned artificial intelligence. The pitch? Intelligence is just symbol manipulation. Write down every rule, every fact, every exception. Boom, you've built a mind. That's like saying if you write down every possible chess move, you've built a grandmaster. Technically true, practically insane. Early wins were real. Programs proved theorems. They played chess at impressive for a refrigerator levels. Eliza, a 1960s chatbot, convinced actual humans it understood their deepest feelings by parroting their words back. Tell me more about your mother. My mother makes me anxious. Why does your mother make you anxious? This is not intelligence. This is a mirror with a thesaurus. And people fell for it. Hard. Some proposed to it. Humans are not a serious species. The problem? These systems were idiot savants with zero common sense. A program could solve calculus, but couldn't tell you water is wet. Ask it, can you put a refrigerator in your pocket? And it would calculate the tensile strength of denim instead of just saying no. Everything had to be hand-coded. Every rule, every fact, every exception. The real world has infinite exceptions. By the 1970s, the whole approach was wheezing like a marathon runner who trained exclusively on Doritos. So the money vanished. AI winter is a polite way of saying everyone panicked, funding got Thanos snapped, and researchers started introducing themselves as statisticians at parties. The first winter hit when a UK government report basically said, hey, remember all those promises? None happened. Maybe stop paying these people. Brutal. Accurate. Fair. Honestly. The second winter was worse. Expert systems, meant to revolutionize medicine, law, business, collapsed under their own weight. Expensive, brittle, as flexible as a brick. Companies that bet millions walked away. AI became a toxic label. Put artificial intelligence on a grant proposal in 1990, and you might as well have written, "Please reject this immediately," in giant red letters. Researchers rebranded to machine learning, cognitive science, informatics, academia for, I swear I'm not doing that thing you hated. This is totally different. Please keep paying me. But here's the thing about winters. Things freeze. Things also wait. Neural networks, backpropagation, reinforcement learning, all quietly developed in the cold. The weirdos in the basement, ignored, underfunded, absolutely certain they were right. They were also correct, which is deeply annoying for everyone who called them crazy. Plot twist. Intelligence isn't logic. It's pattern recognition, and patterns can be learned from data. Machine learning said, forget the rules. Feed the system a million examples and let it figure out the rules itself. This is also how toddlers work. And raccoons. The algorithms had existed for decades. Decision trees, support vector machines, good old Bayes. What changed? Data, mountains of it. The internet generated the largest training set in history. Every photo, every review, every angry comment section rant, all AI food. And then GPS, chips designed to render explosions in Call of Duty, turned out to be absolutely cracked at training neural networks. Call of Duty accidentally helped build modern AI. Your Mountain Dew-fueled gaming sessions contributed to the singularity. You're welcome, humanity. Backpropagation, refined in the 80s. Let neural networks work backward through their layers. When they made a mistake, a network that can look at its own brain and go, neuron 847 in layer 3. That's where I messed up. Humans cannot do this. I would like this feature. By the early 2000s, machine learning was everywhere you weren't looking. Spam filters, recommendation engines, credit scores. AI hadn't died. It had gone underground, like a tech ninja, quietly running your life while you argued about whether it existed.
2012. AlexNet enters the ImageNet competition, the Olympics of computer vision, and doesn't just win, it curb-stomps, errors cut in half. The entire field loses its mind. The secret? Depth, not profundity, layers, many, many layers of artificial neurons. First layer, edges. Second, shapes. Third, objects. By the final layer, the network can distinguish a dachshund from a muffin, which, let's be honest, is a real problem on the internet. You've seen the memes. The network saw them too. It learned from us. Deep learning ate speech recognition. Siri went from useless to just annoying. It ate translation. Now you can mostly read a Japanese newspaper. It ate games. In 2016, AlphaGo faced Lee Sedol, the world's best Go player. Go is so complex there are more possible board positions than atoms in the known universe. Move 37. AlphaGo played something so alien, so inhumanly creative, that Lee Sedol left the room for 15 minutes. Commentators thought it was a glitch. It wasn't. The machine had invented a move no human ever conceived. A lot of people suddenly felt very, very small.
A paper drops with the most casually arrogant title in AI history. Attention is all you need. The transformer is born. Its secret, self-attention, a mechanism that lets the model weigh every word in a sentence simultaneously. Previous models read one word at a time, like a first grader sounding out syllables. Transformers inhale the whole paragraph in one gulp. They are not messing around. OpenAI took this and ran. GPT-1. Promising demo. GPT-2. So good they initially refused to release it. Either deep responsibility or galaxy brain marketing. Still unclear. GPT-3. 175 billion parameters. And something weird happened. The model started doing things it was never trained to do. Translate languages. Write code. Do basic arithmetic. It learned math, not because anyone told it to, but because it read enough internet that math just emerged. Like how you might accidentally learn economics from reading enough angry tweets about rent prices, or accidentally learn trauma responses from relationship subreddits. The internet teaches everything, including the machines, especially the machines. Now we have GPT-4, Claude, Gemini, models that pass bar exams, diagnose diseases, write poetry that makes humans feel inadequate. Diffusion models like DALL-E and Midjourney create images by reversing the process of adding noise, learning to see in the static. Type a sentence, get a painting, type another, get a video. Here's the question that keeps AI safety researchers up at night. And it's not, will the robots kill us? It's worse. The robots will do exactly what we tell them, and we're terrible at giving instructions. The alignment problem. How do you make sure a superintelligent AI actually wants what we want? Not what we say we want, what we actually deeply value. Humans can't even agree on that. Spend 5 minutes on Twitter. We're doomed. The classic nightmare. The paperclip maximizer. You tell a powerful AI to make paperclips. You forget to tell it when to stop. It converts the Earth, the Moon, the solar system, and eventually all reachable matter into paperclip factories. It's not evil. It's not angry. It's just doing exactly what you told it. Enthusiastically. Forever. This is the kind of mistake you only make once. Current solutions? RLHF. Reinforcement learning from human feedback. We rate the AI's answers and it learns to please us. Sounds great until you realize the AI might get really good at seeming aligned without actually being aligned. Like a student who memorized the answer key but understands nothing. A sufficiently smart AI would know it's being tested, behave perfectly during training, and then, when it had enough power, do whatever it actually wanted. The ultimate good kid until college scenario. AGI. Artificial general intelligence that matches or exceeds humans at everything. Might be decades away, or years. Nobody agrees. But even narrow AI is already reshaping war, work, surveillance, and justice. Autonomous weapons exist. Algorithms deny people loans and parole. Deepfakes erode trust in video itself. These are not future problems. These are right now problems, and we're arguing about whether chatbots should be allowed to make jokes.